Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Missy and this is Rambling Rose Farmhouse, so I'm happy to have you here today. Today this video is like a follow-up to one I did a few weeks ago, and it is the name of it I think is 5 Homestead Hacks. I did it with some other YouTube friends of mine, but my hack was how to propagate tomato plants very easily in water, and so I said that I would do a follow-up and I would show you the roots, and then I'm going to also show you what I do to them after they get their roots. And for any of you who might have missed that video, if you want to see the whole process, when I'm finished showing you the updated part from that video, I'm going to go back out to the garden and I'm going to get some more plants, because I want to start some, propagate some like this for my fall garden. So I figured today will be a good day to do that. I'm going to go back out there and I'm going to get some more so that I can start those. So I will show you the whole process from start to finish. It'll be reversed though. I'm going to show you the second half first as the follow-up to that other video, and then I'm going to show you the first half. So stay tuned and I'm going to go ahead and show you the roots now. So I have my tomato roots in the water, and I'm going to show you, see if you can see them well like this. I might lay them out. So some of them, here's a little tiny one that just has like 2 tiny little roots. I'm going to lay them out here so I can show you how they are. But then here are some bigger ones. They're kind of all pulled in there together. So this is 2 weeks. And see, here's another one that doesn't have a whole lot, and another one that does. I don't know what varieties these are. I didn't keep up with them as I pulled them off. So it very well could be the different varieties of plants, that some rooted faster than the others. And I want to show you this. Let me get this up close. They're rooting like all the way up the stem. I'm going to lay them out here. But I said that in my video that they would root like up the stem, and that's one of the things that tomatoes do. Let me grab the camera and move it so that you can see this. Okay, so tomatoes do root really far up the stem, so it's a really good idea. And see, you can see more of the little spots up here. They'll root there. So when I go to plant that in the ground, I would pull all these bottom leaves off and plant it really deep. And see this one is doing that too. It's rooting real far up. And then here are the ones that don't have a whole lot of roots. But like I said, this is like 2 weeks of root growth just in a jar of water. You do have to change your water, keep it clean, don't let it get slimy and all of that kind of stuff. But they will root really easily. Okay, so I've got some pots with some potting soil. This is potting soil straight out the bag. I didn't do anything to it. And I'm going to take these plants that have the roots, and I'm going to plant them in these pots. I'm going to try to get all the roots covered up really good. This pot might be a little bit too small for this one. I might have to pot it up pretty quick. This little one that doesn't have many roots might not make it, but we'll see. Now what I'm going to do with these after I get them all potted is I'm going to leave them here on my screen porch. I'm going to put them in an area where they can get some morning sun. I'm going to keep them watered really good because they still need a lot of water. And if according to how fast they grow, and some of these will probably grow faster than others, I'll either pot them up into bigger pots or I'll plant them in the ground. So if I'm not ready to pot them up into bigger pots, like if it's still, I mean, if I'm not ready to plant them in the ground, if it's still too hot to plant them in the ground, then I'll go ahead and pot them up into bigger pots. And I'll probably move those out off the porch, out into the yard, but still in a partly shady, partly sunny place so that they don't get too hot, because our summers are super hot and usually super dry, and we are super dry right now. So I'll move them someplace and keep them watered really well and all of that until I'm ready to plant them in the garden for the fall garden. So this is the conclusion to the video that I did the other day where I showed you how to start these. This is how to finish them up until the point of putting them in the garden. And I'll try to remember to make a video of that when I get to that part. That'll be in the fall. But for those of you who might have missed that video, if you want to see the start of it, I'm fixing to head out to the garden to do some more cutting. So I'll see you there. Okay, this tomato plant, these are just starting to bloom, but these are called Blue Beauty, and they have like that purple on them. These have been a little slower to get going in my garden this year, but they're actually doing really good, and they haven't gone totally wild like some of the other ones. So I'm going to try to get some nice suckers off of these to start. So let me see if I can find some. Let's see. All right, so this is a good one. I'm gonna get this one right here. I'm trying to get the leaves out of the way. So I'm gonna get this one right here. I think this is a pretty good size for starting. And let me see if I can find, look, there's another good one right there. So you're looking for something that comes out right in between the main stalk and a leaf. And that's a sucker, and it will root really easily. Now probably other parts of the tomatoes will probably root really easily too. But suckers, you don't usually want to leave those on there, not too many, because they make your plants just go crazy like most of our tomato plants are doing right now, because we didn't stay on top of getting all of the suckers off of them. So it's kind of a mess. I'll show you that. Let's see, looking for another one. I'm actually trying to find some that don't already have blooms on them. So many of them already have blooms, and I just sometimes don't have the heart to take those off. Okay, I'm gonna take this one right here. Okay, I've got 3 of these. This is like a tomato jungle. This is really terrible. And this is because we didn't stay on top of getting all the suckers off of them. So they just kept multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. And this is what we have. But I really like this plant right here. Those are not ripe yet, but this is a sunrise bumblebee. And I really like that one. So I'm gonna try to find some, which it shouldn't be an issue. They're just everywhere. I'm gonna find some suckers on this one and get it off of there. Okay, let me show you this. Just found this guy. Let's get him off there. There's actually no signs right here where he's at of the damage that he'll do, but he will do damage. So that's what I do with those. All right, I'm gonna take this one. See, there it is between the stem and a leaf. Just gonna get that one. put it down there with my other ones. They're just down there on the ground. And let me see if I can find another one. Some of them are really too leggy. They're just really long and spindly and not really what I want. Here's one. Here's a good one. Okay, there's a good one. I'm gonna get that one. And here's another good one right there. So, like I said, this is what you're looking for. You got a main stem, and then where the leaf comes off, and you're gonna get this sucker. But this is what the suckers will do. If you don't keep them off, the plant just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bushier and bushier and bushier, and you turn into something like this, which is not ideal, and you don't really want it. But let me gather up my cuttings. So here they are. I guess they're not really cuttings. They're all tomato suckers from 3 different varieties, and I'm going to take these into the house, put them in a jar of water, just like that one you saw. I'll sit it on my porch and let the roots form, and in about 2 weeks they'll have roots, and I'll go ahead and put them in little pots like I did the other ones. And then hopefully when I'm ready to plant my fall garden, I'll have some nice tomato plants to put in the garden. Thank you all for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you learned something from it and that it was beneficial to you. I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and subscribe to my channel and be sure and turn on the notifications so that you will be notified every time that I make a new video. And I would love to see you back here again next week for another video here at Rambling Rose Farmhouse.